That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Excellent connection. Right, so can I send... I don't know if I can... Right, here we go. So let's first open up our projects and start having a look at all the fun things we can do. So we're going to open up the live editor. And then we'll have a look at what's happening. Right, code, open this. Oh gosh, there we go. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. And while we're here, we're going to add into this project the core project, if I can. Add folder to workspace. Here we go. Just add that in there. Okay, cool. And then, so now we should have all our files open. Yeah, which we do. Got live editor and we've got core. Let's kick off dev. Now, the problem we have at the moment, I think this won't compile because we need a package installed, which we'll have to look at in a minute. Let's get this over here. I think we're all set up and ready to start coding. Should be very good. So let's see if it compiles first of all. I don't think it will, but you never know. I think I'm missing a package if I remember correctly. And actually, while we're waiting for that to try and compile, it's taking a while to build out the Tailwind stuff. Let me quickly dig out my reference docs so we can have a look at what we're integrating, what shader we're integrating today. If I can find it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Verbnerbs. Make sure Verbnerbs is installed. And I believe if I do npm install verb, oh gosh, not that. npm install Verbnerbs, it's going to fail. Which we shall see. So we might have to do some exploratory Googling to figure out why Verbnerbs doesn't install. It's something to do with the C compiler on Mac, possibly. Yeah. Let's have a look just to make that a bit bigger. So too many errors emitted, blah blah blah. No matching function. Web thread worker. No GYP. What's this in? Web worker thread.ccsc stuff. Let's do the Googling then. So verb nerbs npm mac compile. So this is the package we're using. So verbs is library for creating and manipulating NURBS surfaces and curves in many languages, including JavaScript. using Hax verb compiles for JavaScript. What we want for information on building and using NURBS, go to the docs. Getting started. Install. Here we go. Hax and Node.js. Okay, so this is probably what we're missing. Maybe. So we just download and install it. See what happens. I thought when it said Hax, I thought it was like, you know, hacking. Wait, what did I say? Gosh, I've lost it already. Cannot be opened because it was from an unverified thingy. How do I get it to work? Let's get this working. For the installs, click the icon, unlock it, and then enter administrator and blah blah blah. So it's source which allows software to be installed. App Store and identified. Okay, here we go. Open anyway. That's what I'm looking for. Let's open another screen. This is stuff that you shouldn't do. Open just random stuff you downloaded from the internet. Did that work? I didn't see where it went. I presume so. Oh, okay. Here. Okay. Okay. Got the installer here. Read the licenses. Make sure you read everything. Agree to it. Let's install it. And hopefully this will allow us to compile it. Hopefully. Okay. Move it to the bin. That's fine. Close you. Close you. Bring up this again. Let's see if we can install verb NURBS now. So this is dependency. So we should probably Let's see if it compiles. Oh, errors. That's not a good sign, is it? Yeah, same errors. Let's go back to the documentation. You have to install Hax 2.21 and Node.js 4.21 if you're using OS X. Ensure that you've installed Xcode 7. Gosh. I don't know what version we're running. I don't know if I've got Xcode installed, to be honest. Let's install it now. Let's see what happens. What does it say? 3.2.1. I don't know what. Well, we installed 4.2.2 and Node.js 4.2.1. I mean, this is really old stuff, right? Like Node.js 4. Well, what version is Node.js now, right? It's like 14.7 or 16.4, right? So I'm using the LTS one. So I don't know if you have to do that. Okay, you should have installed to blah 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 blah. npm install haxlib install prompt HQ. Using JavaScript, you can store verbs with npm. You can use verb with require browserify. Precompiled JavaScripts can be found at build/js. I don't know if we can like load them in using this, which might be the easiest thing to do. Which we might try in a minute if we can't get this working. So we'll wait for this to finish compiling and then we'll try and install it direct. It's not ideal because this is in a core library, right? This shader is in the core library, so we can't do that. So the library will be used in multiple places, including a Node server. It's a backend server as well as a kind of front-end server, so a web server directly, sorry, on the browser. So ideally, installing dependencies via npm is what we want. Otherwise, it won't work. So we'll see. We'll see. Man, Xcode is taking a while to download, but we'll see. Anyway, so you need hacks, which we've got over here. Type program fast outside cross compiler. Okay. Guessing that's the language it's written in. Sorry, my cat's in the background. And I mean, it says you can just install it like this, but that's obviously not working for us. So, I mean, it could be that this is just old stuff, which might put a damper on our ability to get the shader working. And in terms of shader, this is the shader that we're trying to get installed at the moment. So we're waiting for that to install. We can have a look at it. Which you can see down here. So this is actually a shader, and we can it does perspective skewing stuff. Now I'm looking to integrate this into our existing platform, which you can see here. So we do this kind of skewed perspective of screens, which we can have a quick look at now if you want. We can jump on now. So if we grab one of these and have a look at it, choose a bit of media, choose a random picture. Let's see if we can find a random picture. Let's go mental. I don't know who that is. That's a random person. Gosh. I don't know who that is. Here we go. Let's choose this one. There we go. There's a random plot. Right, so let's load a preview. And what's happening here is currently the image is skewed to perspective using Three.js, which is a bit overkill. Three.js is like a 3D modeling library, so you can do all kinds of stuff in here, as you can see, all kinds of stuff in the web browser using WebGL. So we're using that to basically create a rectangle plane with a texture on it, which is the image, and then skewing it to the right perspective, coordinates, and so on, which then moves around. As you can see, when you hit the play button, it moves it around, so that's fine. But the stuff, but that's as I say, that's a bit overkill. So we're looking at creating something a bit simpler, using ideally the shader. So Xcode's now installed. So shall we try again? Let's do it here. Let's try and install this dependency. Verbdubs. Ugh, still getting errors. I mean, it feels like... So this is an issue with... is this an issue of version numbers? It's just not ideal. Compiling for C#, compiling for JavaScript. We don't really want to compile it for JavaScript, but... So the alternative is we download these pre-compiled versions. I don't know if we need this thing. But if we download the pre-compiled version ones, we could then load it into our browser. So let's have a look. Let's get rid of you. I'm trying to remember the filter now. Perspective filter. Photos. So if we get rid of this, let's just open a package as well and remove our dependency which we added in here. Did I open the right one? Yep. Verbnobes. Okay, fine. It's not in the package yet. Probably because it failed to compile. So instead of doing it this way, I don't know if we just load it in as like vendor code in here. Like if we create a new folder called vendor, we've got a libraries one. Okay, fine. No, that isn't quite the same thing. So let's call a new one vendor. And then if we download this, maybe not that one, maybe the unminified one, then we can actually debug it a bit. So you can do require, stuff like that. Yeah, okay, this looks maybe like a better option. So let's try and find where we can stick it. Let's get GitHub. What was it in core? Vendor verb.js. It's interesting that it supports AMD and CommonJS, because that's good, because depending on if you're running on because the core system, as I mentioned earlier, we're running it either in the browser, as we kind of saw earlier, as we want to do, over here, it's in the browser, but we also have a render server running on Node.js, so we want to be able to kind of do it in two places. So we want it to run in the browser and in Node.js, basically the same bit of code, which is why it's called core, right? This is a core kind of library. It's the npm package that we're installing into our different applications. Anyway, so we downloaded that one. Let's download this hacks one as well, because I don't really know what this is, and I don't know if we need it, which we might need to. Oh gosh, let's actually download the right one. Let's try it this way now. So const verb equals require. Let's go to vendor. Yeah. Verb. And we have the two files in here. I don't know what this one is, but we'll see. And that might be good enough. We'll find out, right? Cool. So let's run this now. npm run dev. Fingers crossed, everyone, that this actually runs. Let's see if it builds. I think verb was the only issue that we were having yesterday. We'll see. Boop. Let's put this over here. Let's get rid of some of the stuff. Couldn't get that working. So let's open this now. It'll be a second because it's not. I haven't finished building it, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh gosh, an error. Unexpected use of self. That's not a good sign. let's have a look at that then. What's this in? Two errors. Inventor / verb. Oh gosh. Really? In the file we downloaded, there's an issue. That doesn't bode well, does it? Verb.js. Is there a self in here? So 4 instances of self. What was the error? Unexpected use of self on line 159. 9 errors. Wait. 9 errors. What were the other errors? Error. Especially assignment of call. Right, defined is not defined. Define is not defined. So why is it hitting this then? Type of define is a function. Define.int then define is this. Don't know if I can do like a space after it. No. Space before it. Okay, only twice. So let's do this line of code. What's the error then? Define is not defined. Well, I mean, that shouldn't be a problem because line 7, row 43. Line 7, row 43. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If define is function, shouldn't try and execute that because define is not defined, right? So type of define would spit out like an error, right? Here, this might be just an issue with the way this thing gets built, and I think we can override it somewhere, and I can't remember where. So let's have a quick look at my files. I think in the live editor there's like Gatsby config, or here we go, server side rendering maybe. No. Where do we do this? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me just let me just open up a new window here because I think it's in another project I'm doing this. Yeah, over here. Let's have a look. Got another project up here. Whoops. I think over here we do the stuff to do with like ignore this. Yeah, here we go. So on Webpack create. So I don't know if this work. Oh gosh. But we'll slap it into Gatsby node in here. And we will see. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. I don't think we need that, and I think the only thing we need to put in here would be like verbs, right? Whatever it is. I don't know if this will work, but we'll see. So if we test like verb, and then basically not load it. Oh, actually, look, here we go. Test core. Load as null. So skipping core anyway, which might be a good thing. But we'll see. That might not work. I'm not 100% sure. That should work. let's have a quick look at our package.json in Live Editor and see how we reference core. It's just 8 square core. So we just want to change this to 8 square core, don't load it, basically. Maybe get rid of this. I don't think we need this. Okay. That's interesting that this... Oh yeah, okay, fine. So you need to restart to apply the changes to get it to be known. Fine. That's fine. A big sip of coffee. Hopefully it'll work this time. So this way, when you're building the project, it's not going to try and... although with the dev server, I don't think it does try and load the various things. I think that's only on build, on the SSR build stuff. So this might not actually work. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Josh. While I'm waiting for that. Building development failed. If you're trying to use a package, make sure that WebWorker threads is installed. If you're trying to use local files, make sure that the path is correct. Can't resolve WebWorker threads. WebWorker threads. Very interesting. WebWorker threads. Require WebWorker threads. Okay. npm install WebWorker threads. Let's see if that works. Maybe we'll just go for the quick win, see if we can... Oh, see, another thing. It's trying to compile. Wow, okay. Interesting. Node GYP rebuild. I don't know what that is. WebWorker threads install node GYP. npm install node GYP. I'm actually doing this wrong place anyway, so whatever. Let's just try and get it working first. Okay, so that worked. If we try and install the WebWorker thread now, maybe. No. Hmm. Oh, here we go. Error command re. Oh wait, this is this what failed? Make failed. Child process on exit. Too many. Let's ask the old Oracle Google. Node GYP rebuild failed. Let's see what's going on here. Don't think anyone really knows what's going on. Well, this might be a bit of a stopper, which wouldn't be ideal, would it? Should we crack some music on? I would be going crazy. Remove Node, update Node SAS, npm update, npm audit fix. Okay, fine. So let's remove from here. Let's remove the node GYP. We don't need that. Should we let's rm rf node modules. We'll just reinstall stuff from scratch. See how that goes. And then what's it saying? npm update, npm audit fix. Let's just see. npm update. I mean, I don't know why this would have an issue. But let's try. What was the thing I added? So I can't remember now. Right, let's see how this goes. What time is it? We'll wrap up in 10 minutes. See how that goes. It's good. Cool. This npm install's taking a while, isn't it? Webpack dev servers. Okay. npm audit fix. See what happens. Dealing with random dependencies. I mean, if I can't get this working, that'll be a bit of a pain. I'll have to figure out another way to do it. Which is fine. Not ideal, but it is fine. Something low dash fabric.js verb.min.js. Okay. Oh gosh. Plugin PostCSS requires PostCSS. Okay. That's interesting. Presume a run dev will fail, but hopefully it'll tell us why. Maybe that web worker thready thing again. Oh boy. Maybe we should do some Clash of Code in a minute, just to help motivate us. More fun than this, eh? Ah, this is interesting. This is can't resolve stream. Module not found error. Oh gosh. Lots of Webpack 5 used to include polyfills from Node.js core modules by default is no longer the case. Wow, okay. Okay, we've got lots of issues now. I think deleting the Node module folders and reinstalling was not a good idea. Yeah. Oh no. Can't resolve stream in edit square. Is this the audit fix thing then that we used? Let's just cancel all of this. Come on. Remove no modules. Try this again. Remove no modules. npm install. Actually, did that upgrade my package.json? Let's have a quick look at all these changes. Package.json. Well, it updated Gatsby. That's interesting. What else did it update? Tailwind. Oh gosh. Actually, yeah, we probably don't want that. Just because Tailwind 2 is quite different. So actually that's probably a bad idea. Let's roll that change back. Did we fuck that up? Yeah, we did. Okay, cool. Okay. Up here, what was this? 2.32, blah, 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 blah. There we go. And then if we do npm install, and then we'll jump into the core package and then try and install that web worker doodad thing. Maybe. We'll see. Hopefully we can get this before 12, but we'll see. Yes. What fun. I don't quite understand why npm install sometimes tries to run builds. I know there's like you can disable scripts from running, but it's a bit odd. Like I just want it as a package manager. I suppose like some things do have your OS specific, like needs to be compiled for your OS. Just like thinking Sass, stuff like that kind of runs like a compilation step as well. So Who knows why? We'll see. Right. Let's see if this works this time. So this is all stuff in the live editor. You see there was like stuff in there for like Darwin, that's like a Linux thing, right, isn't it? Right, npm run dev will probably fail, but I hope you'll tell us why. I'll just wait 5 years for Tailwind to try and do something. Just building the development bundle. Super frustrating. But that's the way development goes sometimes, you know? Sometimes it doesn't go how you expect it. And that's okay. Sometimes it feels like you're just smacking your head repeatedly against a brick wall, Googling random things. I don't know, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I Google trying to find a solution to a problem, kind of my Google search become more and more random, you know, randomly running bits of code to try and get things to work. But yeah, so can't resolve web worker threads. I'm guessing web worker threads is that going to be like a browser specific thing? Oh gosh, that's not what I meant to do. Let's go up here. Oop. Like web worker threads. What is this? Threads are go-go for Node.js, but the API conforms to the web worker standard. Yeah, see for Node.js, so Node's event looping, JavaScript threads, blah blah blah. Or from a single node process. Please consider using a process-based TinyWorker instead. It does not use threads, but the worker API is compatible. I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but we do need this running in the back end on Node.js. I was just thinking in my head, like, you know, at the moment we're trying to obviously get this. We're using require to load in this package. Let's just close this to load in the verb.js package, which is vendor code, right? And it's got all this stuff in it, all these dependencies which you don't really know about. Like this one here, web worker threads, and I'm guessing this works from your browser, right? So, like, if you loaded it into your browser, if you loaded this JS file into your browser, it would work fine because it's just. Although, wait a minute, here is Node and not is web worker. Is Node and is not a web worker. Let's just have a read through of this code. What is it doing? Huh. Well, I don't really know. It's obviously trying to look up stuff. There must be like a messaging queue by the look of it. What is web worker? New function. Try return new type of import scripts function. Type of import scripts. This is interesting. If is browser. It's interesting that this isn't being used. You can see it's commented out. Which is strange. Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, so what I was trying to say was, you know, obviously we're using required to load in this thing, and at build time it's failing as part of the Gatsby build process. I'm guessing it's, you know, picking up that it's Node that's running the build, and therefore it's trying to do this stuff to install Node specific things, but this is going to run in the browser. It's just the build that's running on Node. So there's a quick fix, which would be, you know, let's load this library in through, you know, just as like a script, which is how it's being done. Wait a minute, can't find it now. Which is how it's being done here, right? Whoops, like resources, we can see like verb.min.js is being loaded in. This is version 2.1.3. Is that what we were using? Version 2.3. Is there different versions? Like our builds, well, 2.0.0, right? What's this one? 2.1.3? Yeah, 2. Verb Nubs Web. Okay, well, for a start, this is using a different package. Oh gosh. Okay, fine. Verb Nubs Web. I don't know what the difference is. Let's have a look. Verb Nubs Web. Web provides advanced tools and techniques available. Home page. So this should be. Wait, is this the one we were on just now? P Boyer. Yeah, it's the same one. Okay, so what's the difference then between these two? Oh gosh, let me get back. I can't. Fine. Verb Nubs Web. Because this looks exactly the same, but maybe it's different. Anyway, should we grab the... I mean, let's just grab this from here. This link. Let's save this into here. Into our vendor code. Close this. Oh gosh, where were we using it in here? Wait, did we download the file? No, not you. Vendor. Verb.min. See if that works. Rebuilding bundle. Lots of errors. Great. Yeah, same issue. Web worker threads. If you're trying to use the package, make sure the web worker threads are installed. If you're trying to use a local file, make sure the path is correct in verb.min.js. Well, we could try and install the web worker package. See what happens, but I think this one fails. Yep. Lots of errors again. Okay, fine. So the alternative is, as I said, we can remove like if we do like let's do window dot. Let's see how we're doing it elsewhere. I'm sure somewhere we're saying yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, fine. So Windows like thingy bobs. Fine. So if we do like window dot verb like that, let's make that const, and then instead we load it in using like a CDN reference, like they're doing on the thingy with Bob on the front end. Let's see how we do that. I can't remember. Gatsby browser, maybe. I can't remember where it's coming from. Let's have a look over in the mock-up front end, because I think we are doing it here somewhere. We load in a CDN element, but I can't remember how. No, I can't remember. Let's have a quick look. Gatsby load CDN. Let's have a look at this one. It's a React helmet thing. Yeah, okay, fine. So there's like a layout, is that right? I think we've got a layout. Would that be the right place to put it? Header. No, I can't remember. Can't remember. Anyway, I'm going to keep working on this over lunch, and I will be back later. So, thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon.